rooftop, down to the lobby and back every day. My name is Doug, and I'm the duck master that's going to march them for you. But first, let me take you on a journey. It is said that the Delta begins right here in the lobby of the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee, and it ends on Catfish Row in Vicksburg, Mississippi. They also say that this Peabody Hotel has 13 stories, and that's not true. It has thousands of stories. Stories of visiting residents consecutively, from Harry S. Truman to George W. Bush, of diplomats and dignitaries and monarchs, stories of the big bands of the 30s and 40s, broadcasting live from the historic Skyway Ballroom up on the rooftop, and stories of the king of rock and roll, but also of anniversaries celebrated and reunions visited, and through it all, the Peabody Ducks have marched from the rooftop down to the lobby and back, and in so doing, they've woven the fabric, which contains the names and the faces and the events that are the history of this hotel. It all started back in 1869 when Colonel Robert Brinkley realized his dream by opening a state-of-the-art hotel just 2 blocks from here in Monroe in Maine, called the Brinkley House. It was to set the tone for cuisine and luxury in the South. Unfortunately, the Colonel's good friend and investor, Mr. George Peabody, passed away the same year the hotel was, same month the hotel was to open, and they changed the name of the hotel to the Peabody in his honor at that time. And it went along there some 55 years at that location, hosting such luminaries as Robert E. Lee and President McKinley, that on September the 1st, 1925, the doors opened to this beautiful expanded facility we stand in today at the cost of some $5 million and a couple of years of construction. That's not the whole history of this hotel, folks, not by a long shot. So if you get an opportunity, go up on the mezzanine level and check out our memorabilia room. If you go in there, you'll see a collection of names and faces, objects, souvenirs of decades past. My favorite is a framed memo from Mr. Gary Bells, the managing partner of the hotel, to the food and beverage director who is trying to change the menu over in Shea Peru. He told him, even though you've got a French person there better not be any duck on any menu. Well, the tradition of ducks with Peabody goes back a long way. In fact, in 1933, when General Manager Frank Shudden and Buddy Chip went on a cold vessel into the chilly backwaters of the Mississippi in Arkansas. They knew it was going to be a cold day, so they took along another companion just for encouragement, a certain Jack Daniels. Otherwise, after all, it was going to be cold. They needed a little encouragement. But as the day wore on, apparently they became a little over-encouraged, and they began to feel it would be a funny idea to bring the live duck decoys, which were legal in Arkansas in those days, back here and release them in the fountain, and they did. Then they went off to their rooms to sleep it off. Well, the next morning, Mr. Shutt was a little concerned about the mayhem that might have been caused due to his misdeeds the night before. After all, he was the general manager, so he rushed down to the lobby and he found 2 surprises. Number one, the ducks were still here. They hadn't flown out to see Beale Street or the sights of Memphis. And number 2, a group of tourists and guests had gathered, and they were delighted with the frolicking ducks in the fountain of such a fine hotel. So, of course, they were given a couple of days reprieve, turned into an 82-year tradition. Well, in 1940, Edward Pembroke was hired by the hotel himself. But he was a multi-talented individual. In another life, he'd been an animal trainer with Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. He told management upon his employment, if you'll let me, I'll take 5 North American mallard ducks, 1 male and 4 females, instead of these 3 English tall ducks you have here. And I'll train them to march from the rooftop palace across to the elevator, down to the lobby level, across the red carpet and into the fountain. Every day at 11 o'clock and at 5 o'clock on, march them back and put them to bed. Management didn't know what to think about that. They rolled their eyes, they looked at each other, they said, all right, Edward, give that a shot, see what you can do. For 50 years, Mr. Pembroke guided ducks from the rooftop down to the lobby, and in so doing, he became an ambassador of goodwill for the Peabody Hotel and for the city of Memphis. And he appeared in such venues as The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, the Sesame Street program, where he and his ducks helped to celebrate National Rubber Ducky Day. They also did photo shoots